Before I bought my first home, I thought I had to have 20% saved, a perfect credit score, and years of research under my belt. I was wrong on almost every single one of those. If you're thinking about buying your first home and you feel completely lost, this video is going to save you thousands of dollars and months of frustration. These are the 7 things nobody tells first-time home buyers. Let's get into it. Here's the biggest myth stopping people from buying. You do not need 20% down to get a home. FHA loans allow as little as 3.5%. And VA loans, if you're a veteran, allow 0% down. USDA loans for rural areas, also 0 down. And even conventional loans have 3% down. Options for buyers with decent credit, yes. Putting less down means you'll pay PMI, that's private mortgage insurance. But there's the thing, PMI can be removed once you hit 20% equity. It's not forever. Don't let this myth keep you renting for another 5 years. Get pre-approved before you fall in love with a house. This one hurts people every week. They find their dream home, fall completely in love, and then find out they can't actually afford it. Or worse, someone else with a pre-approved letter sweeps in and takes it. Pre-approval is free, and it takes maybe a day. And it tells you your real budget, not a guess. Not a calculator estimate, your actual number based on your income, debt, and credit. Sellers take pre-approved buyers way more seriously, and in a competitive market, submitting an offer without one is basically handing the house to the next buyer. The hidden costs that blindside every first-time home buyer. Okay, this is the one that catches almost everyone off guard. You save up your down payment, you feel ready, and then at closing, you find out there are thousands more you owe. Those are called closing costs. They typically run 2 to 5% of the loan amount. So on a $350,000 house, that's up to $17,500 on top of your down payment. Then there's moving costs, immediate repairs, new appliances, and your lender may want to see 2 to 3 months of cash reserves in your account after closing. The buyers who end up most stressed are the ones who drained every account just to close. Plan for all of it, not just the down payment. Your credit score matters more than you think, but it's not a dead end. Your credit score doesn't just decide if you get a loan, it decides how much that loan actually costs you over 30 years. Here's a real example on a $300,000 loan. A buyer with a 760 credit score might get a 6.5% rate. A buyer with a 620 score might get 7.5%. That 1% difference is $200 more every single month. Over 30 years, that's $72,000 more for the exact same house. Now here's where it gets interesting, especially if you're watching this from Oklahoma. Lenders like Carrington Mortgage Services offer loan options that accept a credit score as low as 550. Or the CMBC and Freedom Mortgage says they can often accept a minimum credit score as low as 550 for FHA loans. Freedom Mortgage. So even if your credit isn't great right now, you're not automatically locked out of a home ownership. And this is important, a lower score means a higher rate and a higher monthly payment. So it's worth spending, and this is important, a lower score means a higher rate and higher monthly payment. So it's worth spending a few months improving your score before you apply if you can. Check your score right now for free through your bank app or Credit Karma. Then make a 60 to 90 day plan to move that number up before you walk into a lender's office. Because even a 20-point jump could save you hundreds per month. Don't compromise on location, ever. You can repaint walls. You can renovate a kitchen. You can change the floors, but you cannot move the house. Buyers who compromise on location to get the nicer finishes almost always regret it. Buyers who buy the ugly house on the Great Street almost never regret it. Before you start touring homes, make 2 lists. Non-negotiables. Things like school district, commute time, neighborhood safety, and then your preferences. When you're in a house with candles burning and fresh flowers everywhere, those staging tricks are designed to make you feel something. Don't let a scented candle make a $400,000 decision for you. Waiting for the perfect market is a gamble. That rarely pays off. A lot of first-time buyers are sitting on the sidelines right now, waiting for rates to drop. Here's the problem with that strategy. When rates drop, millions of buyers who would have been waiting on all rush in at the same time. That demand pushes prices up. So you'd be getting a lower rate, but buying a higher price with more competition and less negotiating power. There's no version of this market where everything lines up perfectly at once. The most reliable strategy, Buy when you are financially ready. Plan to stay at least 5 to 7 years, and don't stretch yourself so thin that one emergency breaks you. First-time buyer programs exist. Most people never use them. This one is genuinely shocking. There are state and local programs specifically designed to give first-time buyers grants, forgivable loans, and discounted mortgage rates. Most people never look them up. The definition of first-time buyer is always broader than you think. If you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years, you qualify. That includes divorced individuals, single parents, and people who previously owned but had to give it up. Search your state's name, plus first-time home buyer program, and talk to a HUD-approved housing counselor. They're often free. This money is just sitting there unclaimed. Buying your first home is one of the biggest financial decisions of your life, but it doesn't have to be the most stressful. If this video helped you, drop a comment below with where you're at your home buying journey, and I'll read every single one, I promise. Subscribe before I post new videos every week breaking down real estate in plain English. And watch this next video. It covers exactly how to find out what you can actually afford before you talk to a single lender. If you have any questions or video suggestions on topics you need answers, let me know and I'm here to help.